One of the year's big environmental concerns will be an issue that much of the world has yet to even notice. Annually, 8 million tons of plastic are washed into our seas, much of which is caught in oceanic currents. But this year, the world will wise up to its devastating impact. And in the summer of 2016, an unlikely team will set out to fix it. In the small Dutch town of Wageningen, trials are being carried out in preparation for an unprecedented cleanup operation. And its mastermind is 21-year-old Boyan Slat.
The plastic pollution problem is really up there with things like climate change and air pollution when it comes to threats to our planet.
The effect of plastic like this making its way into the ocean is devastating. At least 1 million seabirds and 100,000 marine mammals die each year due to plastic pollution, which is threatening the survival of endangered species.
If we don't start cleaning it up soon, what will happen that this big stuff will fragment down into those smaller pieces.
When these tiny pieces of plastic are ingested by fish, they bring toxic chemicals from the ocean into the food chain and ultimately increase the risk of human infertility, birth defects, and cancer. Boyan may seem like an unlikely saviour, but no single nation has responsibility for international waters, so he's taken on the challenge. His vision has attracted finance from around the world and support of global leaders in science and engineering.
The concept is really simple. We want to create an artificial coastline where there is no coastline to intercept the plastic.
His team has designed a floating barrier to catch the plastic. It's being put to the test for the first time.
We're sort of testing two different kinds of conditions. One is really the worst we could see in the Pacific, which during a once-in-a-100-year storm, we can see a 30-meter wave height. And on the other side, we need to make sure that the plastic doesn't go over the barrier or go underneath it.
In the summer of 2016, Boyan's team will travel to the coastal waters off Japan and moor a first version of the barrier onto the seabed.
This will already be the longest floating structure ever deployed on the oceans.
From 2 kilometres in 2016 to 100 kilometres by 2020. This is a computer visualization of the floating barrier in position in the so-called Great Pacific Garbage Patch. The plastic is drawn to a central silo from where it can be taken away for recycling. The audacious plan is not without its critics. But Boyan claims the barrier will eventually collect around 40% of all plastic in the North Pacific.
To me, the Great Pacific Garbage Patch is really a symbol of how the negative side effects of technologies created such a world problem in the last century. And what I really hope is that the ocean cleanup in this century can be a symbol of how we use technology to actually make things better again. Fun?
Great.
Ah!
Fun.
We're too far into the wind.